Hey guys, it's me, Becky. Welcome to my first non-car video. I apologize for always having car videos, but I'm always afraid someone's gonna walk in and see me talking to my phone to myself, and they're gonna be like, "What's this girl doing?" Anyway, I put the babies to bed, washed my face, and I was like, "Oh, I need to do a video." So I put some eyebrows on real quick, and but I'm not looking so hot right now. I apologize. Today was a great day, though. Outside of that, we drove all day. um, my son had a college visit, his first college visit, and it was a really neat tour to see the different dorms and residential halls and academic areas, whatever. So we're getting that process started. But anyway, we're not here to talk about my son's collegiate experience. Um, we're here to talk about me. So, this morning I got up and weighed in at 260. No, I always say 260. 296.2. 296.8. It doesn't matter what the point is. It was 296 point something. Um, so I'm still down, which is good. My eating was horrible today. I attribute that to feeling like this was a very special occasion, and I just threw caution to the wind. I felt every bit of what I ate. I knew exactly how bad it was as soon as I put it in my mouth because I could just taste how bad it was. Um, but we enjoyed ourselves, and I'll be working it off. We did a lot of walking today, so that was positive. But I'll be going to the gym tomorrow and trying to work this shit off. Anyway, funny story before we get into why I'm making the video today. I went out and bought, you know, I watch you guys in your videos and your tips and, little hacks, for post op care and eating and dieting and whatever. And so many of you say to buy like little silverware, use baby spoons and forks, whatever, but so you can take smaller bites. Um, I think Clusie had mentioned getting smaller plates and dishes. So I'm always looking for these, like, it looks really big on screen, but it's really not that big. Like, it maybe fits a cup. Um, but anyway, so I bought a bowl and a plate for myself. And I wanted to show my husband and my mother-in-law those as, like, this is a reference of what it's going to be like after I have surgery of, how much food I can eat. And I meant it to be put away, and then when the time comes, I'll get it back out and I will use it. The next day, I come home and dinner's prepared and the table is set, and in my setting, there's my little bowl and my little tiny plate, and I'm like, oh, this starts now. So, I could have put it away, I could have put it back and got a different plate, but I didn't. And in fact, I've used it for the last 2 days. Outside of today, the previous 2 days, I used it. Um, and I haven't got seconds. I've been satisfied with what I got, and I've been done. It's still far more than you guys are probably eating that are post-op. Um, but it's a whole lot less than what I would normally eat. My eating outside of today for this week has been really, really good. I've been really excited about what I've been eating. So as long as I get back on track after today's, you know, excitement, then I should be all right. So anyway, what I'm here for is I finally was able to make it to my doctor's office, or the hospital that my doctor uses, his bariatric program, and I have some really mixed feelings. I was under the impression that, for the record, I'm chilling in bed, like. I'm like not just normally like this. I'm just kicked back and I'm like super relaxed. Anyway, sorry. So, and all you see is like boobage. Okay. Well, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So, I went to, I finally made it to one of the seminars, and it was so different than the first seminar I went to. The first thing I noticed was the first seminar, all the doctors were there that were in that practice. There was like 5 of them, 4 or 5. And they were all in suits and ties. Incredibly well-dressed doctors, which one kind of made me uncomfortable, made me think, oh, bariatric surgery is a really lucrative business to be in. And I didn't really like feeling like that. Like, maybe they were just dressing nice because they're doctors and doctors should dress nice. I don't know. But it made me feel that way. Like, they're in this for the money. The doctor that I saw, it was just one of the 4 that are in that practice. And he was just in some, khaki pants and a sweater with a button-up shirt underneath. He looked very relaxed. I mean, he was put together, but he was just very relaxed. And so I kind of liked that. I was like, oh, well, he's like, he's an everyday Joe. He gave his seminar exactly how I would have perceived a doctor giving this seminar. It was very basic. They did mention at the beginning of the seminar to hold all your questions until the end, obviously. And if your question is specifically relevant to you, then just hold it until your consultation, which I thanked them for that, except for there were so many questions that were left unsaid because I think people just felt like they shouldn't ask their question. I don't know. Either they didn't ask their questions, they didn't have questions, or they already knew the material. And I'm hoping and praying that they just already knew the material because nobody asked anything of any relevance anyway. So let's just get up close and personal. So anyway, I asked a few questions. I didn't like the answers I got to my questions. I asked if between the sleeve and the Roux-en-Y, which procedure had more revisions. The answer I got was, oh, I hardly ever, it's a rare thing to ever see a revision. Those are, solid surgeries. They've been around. The Roux-en-Y has been around for 60 years. The sleeve has been around for at least 20. It's more common now, but, they've been doing it for a while. And I'm like, okay, well, that's great for you to have hardly ever seen that. But, I see a lot of people posting on Instagram and on YouTube about revisions. So that leads me to believe that something's either happening, like with the surgery itself. It's either their body is, needs the additional help, or something happened and something is not right. One gal I follow on Instagram, she has incessant heartburn all the time. She had the sleeve, and then they revised it to a pouch, I guess. I don't know how that works, but and she's been heartburn free. So there's just, I've seen more people having revisions, and I'm like, well, what? That seems like a lot of people to me, but maybe it's not. I don't know. According to him, it's not. There's not many people. But then at the end of the seminar, he was packing his briefcase up, and I just asked him, so did you have any surgeries today? Because the other doctors at the first seminar, they looked like they had a day. Yeah, they were in suits and ties, and their hair was, not all jacked up, but they still looked like they put in a full day's work, and they looked just tired. And he was like, yeah, I had surgeries, but I didn't have bariatric surgeries. And I'm like, oh, so you're a general surgeon? And he's like, yeah. And then initially I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And then I got to thinking about it, and I was like, I I know he had to have just as much education and practice as any other doctor that's going to do surgery, but I was kind of put off by the fact that it wasn't an actual program. Like maybe that's just common, and I got lucky the first seminar I went to where it's all they do all day every day. They only see bariatric people. They only work on bariatric patients. I really liked that. Like they have honed their skills. That's what they're doing. And so the thought of having a general surgeon who doesn't know, I mean, I'm sure he knows the struggles of obesity and what it does to people, but like, does he really understand? Or does he just understand how to do the surgery? So that got me to really thinking. And so the next day I went to work and I was making my personal phone calls, because that's what you do at work, right? Make personal phone calls. I made my appointment for my consultation for the original bariatric program, and sadly it is set for March 22nd, which is a lot further out than I would like it to be, but I'm not going to complain. It's at the very least a step in the right direction. I told my husband about it. He's like, "Are you sure you're ready for that?" And I'm like, yeah. I was ready, like, before I canceled the first appointment. I was ready, and then I freaked out, but I'm ready. We went shopping the other day. There was this like crazy wild warehouse sale that it was like on the low. It was almost kind of shady. Like I felt like maybe I was buying stolen merchandise. I don't really know. It might have been, but there was a cop there like policing activity to make sure nobody got out of control. So clearly it was on the up and up. It just seemed real shady. Anyway, they had super cheap, like, kids' clothes. Everything they had were, like, tops. Shirts, jackets, sweatshirts, whatever. Hoodies, whatever. And so we bought a bunch of stuff for the kids. Well, they didn't really have plus-size women's, which that's not uncommon. But they had so much stuff that was like really inexpensive but nice shirts for small or extra small through extra large for women. So I kind of splurged and bought a shirt in a size large. The smallest I've ever been in as an adult is an extra large. So I'm really hoping that I can get down to a large, and I didn't just waste my money. Granted, it was only $10. It's not much, but I have it hanging on my bathroom door. Nope, there you go. That's my little sweatshirt. I'm really hoping it fits at some point, because it's super cute. It's really soft too. I wish I would have gotten more stuff, but I'm kind of paranoid. I don't want to like waste money, but we'll see. Anyway, super long video. I've made my appointment. It's always really important to go with your gut. Ask questions, even if they don't seem relevant. I guess ask questions. You might be surprised at the answers you find. And I found out that I wouldn't appreciate a general surgeon doing my surgery. I want someone that does it all day, every day, I guess. I don't know. I might be paying the price for that because it's going to cost more, I think. Anyway, so that's my update. I work at my second job next week. I'm super excited. It's my first 2 days. Anyway, I hope y'all have a good rest of your weekend. I will check in next week. Bye.